$95 million that the WNBA players gave up 16% for. Where did that money go, Abe? That would be my question, because your point is valid, but where is the 16%? Because if I'm correctly, if they did this raise, then basically they gave up a percentage of equity to market the WNBA, to build up the WNBA to be diluted or be it in a CBA agreement.
Imagine this. The WNBA is finally basking in the spotlight, and out of nowhere, Sophie Cunningham takes a sharp turn off the Fame Express, straight into a fast food drive-thru. While Nike's out here crafting billion-dollar campaigns, Sophie's teaming up with Arby's, and suddenly, the sandwich scene is hotter than the court. What's roast beef got that the swoosh doesn't? This isn't just a quirky brand deal, it's a shift in the whole storyline. Because if you think all the action's on the court, you clearly haven't checked out what's cooking at the merch table. Let's unpack this wild twist.
This has a new spokeswoman, and it just so happens to be Sophie Cunningham. Yeah, that's right. She is now on the Arby's payroll, is what is happening. And maybe Arby's is going to snap back to relevance now. Here she is in the new shirt that we saw her in this weekend. Hot girls eat Arby's. Sizes small and large have already sold out on the Arby's web.
Caitlin Clark walks onto the court every night knowing exactly what she's walking into. Sharp elbows to the face, body checks disguised as defense, and referees who seem to need a personal invitation just to blow the whistle. She's not naive. She understands the difference between how the game is played and how it's officiated, two completely separate realities. Yet, despite the chaos, she keeps launching threes with sniper-like precision, threading her way through what often looks more like a wrestling match than basketball. No whining, no theatrics, just pure grit, buckets, and bruises. That's what makes her downright terrifying.
Arby's, they have the meats. Now has Indiana star Sophie Cunningham's Hot Girls Eat Arby's t-shirts. Sold out, by the way. Sponsored by them, by the way. Broke the internet on this one.
If you're enjoying the video, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Now, let's be real, the rules in Caitlin Clark's games often feel more like optional guidelines that everyone else conveniently skips. Her opponents can throw football-style tackles with zero consequence, but the moment she breathes too hard, there's a whistle. She takes a charge? Somehow, that's a blocking foul. It's hacked at half court? Play on, says the ref, probably still checking his fantasy lineup. This isn't basketball anymore, it's a street brawl in sneakers. And through it all, Caitlin's expected to absorb every hit, smile for the cameras, and stay silent.
That has gotten ridiculously popular this year with the Indiana Fever. I made a prediction that she was going to be the second most popular player on this team by the end of the year. And then, of course, there was the big incident during the Connecticut Sun game. And by the end of that game, she was known as Caitlin Clark's enforcer, right? The one that's got her back. At times, it feels like the only one that's got her back.
And still, she stays, not just endures, but commands the moment. Because here's the truth, Caitlin Clark isn't sitting around waiting for the league to suddenly grow a conscience. She knows no whistleblowing savior is coming to fix the mess. Instead, she's turning the chaos into opportunity. Every play, every headline, every sponsorship, every standing ovation that isn't fueled by pity. While others are busy playing checkers, she's playing chess, 5 moves ahead, maximizing her moment before the window even thinks about closing.
Is driving the WNBA insane. It's to the point that she may need to step away from the WNBA, have a billionaire come in that has the money to prove a point, and say, Caitlin, I'll pay you $50 million just to see if the WNBA can make it without you. Let's go create a complete different league and expose the hell out of the WNBA just to embarrass this Angel Reese girl that Jameel Hill just said she could go down as a Michael Jordan of WNBA.
Yeah.
And
she knows the clock's ticking, and the league's cold shoulder isn't warming up anytime soon. So she's squeezing every drop out of this moment, and honestly, who could blame her? These so-called defensive plays aren't toughness, they're WWE tryouts in sneakers. We've seen calmer nights at dive bars. One game, a player gets tossed for a dirty glance. The next, Clark gets bulldozed mid-drive like she accidentally ran into an NFL blitz. And the refs? They're out there quoting poetry about the flow of the game. Flow? Please. It's a demolition derby wearing a basketball jersey. The hypocrisy is so thick it deserves its own logo and endorsement deal. Yet somehow, through the flying elbows and selective officiating, she's still out here rewriting record books, with defenders draped over her like weighted blankets. And the noise around her? Deafening. Critics whining that she's too vocal, as if asking not to be clothesline counts as diva behavior. Imagine Steph Curry getting flattened on a fast break and being told to toughen up. You can't, because it would never happen. But with Caitlyn, suddenly it's a rite of passage. Let's call it what it is, league-approved chaos disguised as tradition. And through it all, she's not just surviving, she's thriving.
Led to a lot of opportunities. By the way, she had a little bit of a down game yesterday against the Sky, but prior to that, for the last couple weeks, Sophie Cunningham had been balling out on the basketball court ever since she started getting put in to the starting lineup. So we got a couple of different things that have emerged when it comes to Sophie. Number one, let's start with what happened yesterday, because she has gone viral, all right? She's gone viral over hot girls eat Arby.
And yet, there she is, smiling through post-game interviews like she didn't just survive 4 quarters of organized chaos, signing multi-million-dollar deals, shattering viewership records, and turning haters into habitual viewers. Because deep down, even her loudest critics know the truth. Caitlin Clark is the engine keeping the WNBA's spotlight burning bright this summer. You can try to market her or muscle her out, but good luck. Her three-point shot is more lethal than most teams' entire offensive playbooks, and make no mistake, this isn't about survival. It's about control, strategic, calculated dominance. While others waste breath debating calls or throwing shade, Caitlin's out here playing four-dimensional chess with her offhand while taking hits like it's open season. She doesn't just endure the contact, she converts it into currency. Every hard foul becomes a headline. Every missed whistle turns into a viral moment. Every time she limps off the court, the league is forced to squirm under the very spotlight it begged for. She's not just an athlete, she's an ecosystem, a brand accelerator, a cultural phenomenon. The most illegally defended player in basketball also happens to be the most captivating. And the advertisers? They see it, they crave it. Because Caitlin Clark is the perfect storm, grit, glamour, and guts, wrapped around a jump shot that silences everyone in the building.
Measurable greatness of Caitlin Clark. The unmeasurable greatness of Caitlin Clark. You know, I've said a lot of times I like Caitlin Clark, right? But I never told you why, or really I like Caitlin Clark, or what is it about Caitlin? Caitlin Clark has unmeasurable greatness. You know what unmeasurable greatness is? Is when they give you a $28 million contract that's worth $280 million, right? That's the true value of what Caitlin's worth, right? I mean, Caitlin Clark effect has sent an earthquake through the NCAA basketball.
And honestly, good. Let her collect every paycheck, headline every campaign, and grace every Nike Meets Vogue crossover shoot they can dream up. She's earned it all, limping through a league where elbows are basically handshakes. At this point, are we sure this isn't a hidden camera show called Surviving the WNBA? There's a reason ticket prices spike the second her name hits the schedule. And it's not because fans enjoy watching a crash test dummy try to shoot through 5 defenders. It's because Caitlin Clark still delivers pure basketball magic, bruises and all. She shows up, lights it up, and never makes it about herself. No pity parties, no dramatic post-game speeches, just work. And that's what rattles people most. She refuses to play into the noise, everyone else does. She doesn't chase the spotlight, but somehow, it always finds her. Why? Because the moment the ball touches her hands, everyone in the arena, fans, haters, and even the refs pretending not to see, knows something electric could happen. Triple teamed? She adapts. No calls? She shrugs and scores anyway. Caitlin Clark just wants to hoop, and the world can't stop watching.